Now, from this slide and in the next couple of slides, we are going to discuss about another very important property of object-oriented program, which is called inheritance. So, what is inheritance? As the name is suggesting, it is something to deal with inheriting some property from someone. So, this inheritance is completely inspired by the real world inheritance. So just think of the scenario that a child is inheriting all the properties and all the bank balance of the child's parents. This is a very common situation, right? So inheritance is totally inspired by this type of relationship between the child and parent. So what happens in the real world? These There are lots of example of inheritance in the real world, basically. So to visualize it in the form of a human parent and child and inheriting the properties and bank balance and houses, this is easy for visualization. But in broader sense, this type of relationship, like inheriting some property of the parent, this type of relationship can be found in many different places, not only this human parent and child. For example, let us say there is a class called Bard, like in here. So this Bard has some properties, like let's say these fly. The bird has a property like, let's say, wings. Bird has wings, and the bird can fly also. So these two are different properties of a bird. So now let us say there is another special type of bird. Let's say this is my hummingbird. Okay, so hummingbird is basically a special type of bird, but it actually inherits all the properties of this bird species, right? So because hummingbird can also has also wings, and hummingbird can also fly, so it is basically inheriting all the properties of the bird. So we can call that, well, hummingbird also inherit the bird. And not only in the living animal, but also you can see the similar example anywhere. For example, let's say, let us consider the great car manufacturer, let's say BMW car. So let us create there is a BMW car has some kind of properties. Let's say BMW car has some kind of special type of body, and then the BMW car has some special type of engine. So they have this type of properties. Okay, and at the same time, let's say this BMW car has many different models, right? Let's say consider the BMW uh, 320. So BMW 320 model, it basically, let's say, inherits the property of this BMW car. What does that mean is it also has the similar body and similar engine as that of the general BMW class. So in this case also, it is this BMW 320i is a child who is basically inheriting the BMW car class. So that is how, as you can see, this inheritance type of relationship is prevalent everywhere. And since this is such an important relationship, it is possible to represent that relationship in the Java program also. Because What is the motivation of an of a object oriented program? It is making the software so that our real world work becomes easier, and it is to represent the real world in the computer, in the virtual form. So that's why in object oriented program in Java, also it is possible to inherit the property of any class, and there is also possible to define a parent class and then define a child class which can access all the properties and data methods of a parent. And in the next few slides, we are going to clarify the concept of inheritance with demo Java programs.